Hey, Harold. Just waiting for people to show up. Hey, Joey. Well, you could always try and run it to destruction, Harold, I guess. So this is a Hot Bodies Lightning. It will be the prize for the speed challenge that I'm going to put up. I'll probably end up posting a separate YouTube video, not a live stream, just on the speed challenge, just so that just to try and encourage people to actually participate. We'll see if people actually participate or not, or if this is a waste of time. But if I only have 3 or 4 entries, it's going to kind of suck. So I'll end up losing this buggy. But it is what it is. Yeah. So I'm gonna do a speed challenge for 1/8 buggies, Joe. So this will be just for people to participate in, to see. I do have my rules kind of written up, just drafted on my book here, and see if anybody's interested in this challenge. But I have some rules and regulations in regards to it, so we'll see if people are interested in participating on it. I'm more setting it up so that it's basically a tuning challenge, not just stick a whatever size engine you can in a buggy and see what happens. But we'll see how it goes. And actually, Harold, I'm not going to compete because I figured I wanted other people to compete just to encourage other people. So I don't want to win my own challenge. So not to say that I would, but I feel like I want other people to participate, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm not going to compete. Well, you do have a Hyper 7, Joe. I figured I do have quite a few buggies. I figured that I would have a bit of an advantage if I did compete, but I think I'm going to bow out and let other people compete, and let hopefully people throw it down and want to actually compete. So can you send the it from? Can I rig it for you? Oh, okay. I'll give it a few minutes and see who else joins in, and we'll see if people are if how many people show up, and then I'll do the announcement of the rules and whatnot. This used to actually be my channel, uh, my channel picture. This buggy for a long time. So it's a Hot Bodies Lightning with a Serial .21 in it. It's set up to start on a bump box, but it does have an old Rotostart blank on the back of it because it used to have a Rotostart, but this has a massive one-way bearing connection. So, hey Travis. So I'll just give a bit of close up for it. Hopefully you can see it. Yeah, it's a Serial Monster 21 or 27 that runs in this one. It actually runs quite well. It's all together. It's actually not in bad shape. It does have some wear on it. It has been run quite a bit. The engine actually doesn't have a ton of fuel through it. It has Proline Badlands on it, and it's pretty much ready to run, with the exception of radio gear. Somebody will have to supply their own radio gear for whatever flavor they have. So yeah, and it'll come basically as seen right here. The reason it has the 38 written on the back of it is this was my number 38 buggy that I had bought. So I one time I numbered all my kits from the beginning to the end, and this was number 38. This was actually the first buggy that I ever stuck a big block in, or a bigger big block than a 21. This buggy in particular used to be my test buggy. I used to stick all kinds of engines. This buggy's probably had 8 to 10 engines in it, and I'm not exaggerating. I bet you it's at least had 10 engines in it, because it's had everything from a SH21 to an SH28 to a Nova Rossi to a Pico to a LRP to an SH28. You know, so it's had everything in it under the sun. So. Yeah, it's a well used buggy. I mean, it's not all sacked out. Like, the wheels are still tight. Everything's still fairly tight in it. It does run. It does run pretty reliably. This engine actually came from Luke Shaw, the Bug 404, and it was brand new when I got it, and then I broke it in and I ran it a little bit, and then enough to test it and set it and stuff, and then again it's set for 6,500 feet where I live, so it'll need to be retuned for wherever you live. Nope, the trash co can't enter either because it's actually technically a 110. So. It's a good thing because that thing is ridiculously fast. Hey, Riggs. So I'm announcing my speed challenge. So I guess I'll do the rules. Again, I'll do a separate YouTube video with the rules, kind of like what Rinks did before. So I know people have been waiting for this challenge for the last while. So rule number 1, must be a 1/8 buggy. That seems kind of oxymoron, but technically it must be a 1/8, not a 1/10. Can only be a 1-speed, not a 2-speed. Rule number 3, cannot be any larger than a 16-tooth bell. I'm trying to keep it more of a tuning competition, so I don't want it any bigger than a 16. The rule number 4, has to be a .21. I don't want to see a 28 or a 32 or anything like that in there, like an LRP 32 or something ridiculous. I'm not going to put a limitation on how many port. So if somebody wants to run an 8-port, that's fine. If somebody wants to run a 6-port or a 3-port, whatever. Number 5, sort of like what Rinks' rules were, it must be videoed in one take, start to finish, and emailed to me. My email address will be on the next YouTube video, but it'll be just JAYC and then Publicover, PUBLICOVER @gmail.com. The winner, if outside of the US, will have to pay the shipping. So if somebody wins and they're in Australia or the UK or something like that, I would like it if they would pay for the shipping, because it gets really expensive. Like to send stuff to the UK gets a little bit pricey. So I would like it if somebody would pay the shipping to go that far. I will eat it to go within the continental US. If it has to go into the into Australia or the UK, I would like it if somebody would pay the shipping. Hey John, I was just announcing the rules for the speed challenge, for the 1/8 buggy speed challenge. If you want, I can go through it again just quickly, just so that because you just came. Oh, Harold, you'd be cheap, man. I'd probably deliver it to you if you won. So again, the rules: number 1, must be a 1/8 buggy. Number 2, must be only a 1-speed. Number 3, no larger than a 16-tooth belt. I'm not going to put limitations on the spur. If somebody wants to go through the trouble to change the spur, that's on them. Number 4 has to be a 21, and number 5 must be shot as in the same like style Rinks did for his speed challenge for trucks. Must be in one take, start to finish, and emailed to me at jcpublicover@gmail.com. The winner, if outside of the US, will have to pay the shipping. I'll pay for the shipping if it's in Canada or the US. Again, I'll post a separate YouTube video just on the speed challenge. Rules, a short one, just so that people can catch the. What I might do is, this isn't going to be a really long live today. Actually, maybe what I'll do is, because this is going to be a shorter live, I'll just put it in the comments of the live stream afterwards of my my email address and the rules. Because it's actually such a beautiful day today. I want to try and get out and do some more yard work, and possibly maybe squeeze in another round of golf, and maybe go rip some RCs down at the field. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, Rinks. I didn't go crazy. Thank you for the reminder on the time frame. I'll probably do, what's it today? Today is the 25th. So I'll probably run it to the end of June. I'll give people a month. So I'll post that in the comments as well. So today's the 25th. Look at the calendar. So I'll probably do it to the last Sunday in June. I'll cut it off. And then that way we can do the announcement on the winner on the live on the last Sunday in June. Yeah, you did just get rid of a 21. I just finished breaking it in. Yeah, it's not that I'm trying to be difficult about not wanting people to do 28 or a 32 or something, because I mean that get pretty wild. Like people sticking massive engines in there and then gearing the bejesus out of it to get the speed. It would be kind of interesting to see as well. But maybe I'll do a different one later. But for now, I want to mostly make this a tuning video and encourage people with the 1/8 buggies. And I want to try and keep it a fairly even playing field. So again, 28. I want to have a 21 in a 1/8 buggy. I'm not going to put stipulation on the port size. People can go with whatever ports they want. So if it's an 8-port or a 5-port or a 6-port or 3-port, whatever people want to do that way is fine. Yeah, but again, I wanted to stick to a 21. And I might actually put another stipulation in here that I would like a close-up of the engine during the run, like after the run is finished, just so that people can see that it's actually a 21. But I'd like to think that nobody's going to cheat. then that would be great. But I mean, you get the odd person here and there, obviously. It's finally at least nice weather here where I live up in the mountains. Most of the snow's melted up high, and the roads are all street swept and clean. So I imagine that nobody in this challenge, or anybody that's going to enter in this challenge, will have worse weather conditions than myself. So they will be pretty good, except for the fact that it always rains where Joe is. So other than that, but at least you don't have to deal with snowstorms and weird shit like that up till a week ago. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to avoid, Joe. Is I don't want people to be like, well, you're running this and you're running that and you're running this. That's why I said if we do a bit of a close up of the engine, it'll probably be preferred, because I mean there could be some questions on people's validity on what engine they're running. Plus, like an 8-port Alpha, or an 8 or 6-port Alpha 28 is definitely not leveling the playing field by any means. It's definitely, now somebody could beat a speed challenge with a .28 in an HPI engine in a buggy. You know, like that'd be a pretty tough challenge, because it's not exactly a high rever and it's not going to perform as good. But I'd like again, I'd like to keep it as a 29. Same thing as like I have a .32 axial RR in one of my buggies, and it is amazing torque wise, but it's not as fast as you would think it would be. But I tell you, it'll rip the tires right off it, but it's not as fast as you would think it should be. But it's a good performer, but not as fast as you would think it would be. And again, this will be the winner. This will be the prize of it, for anybody that's interested. Again, I'll just show a picture up close again. So this will be the buggy. It does have the two better servos from Amazon. That's a Serio 27, and it has the Dynamite Platinum pipe. Proline Badlands on it. It does have some wear on it, but it is a good running buggy. Again, set up for my altitude, so unless it's somebody like Brett or somebody like that that's going to run it in his altitude, it'll need to be retuned. I'm sorry, Joe, that you're not in it, buddy. I mean, if you could scrounge up a 21, I got a full month there to run it, so maybe you can find something. Sorry, I got your only 21 that you got, but I will do probably over the summer. I may do another speed challenge for truggies, just to keep that in mind. So there'll be and that one will have the rules will be 28, obviously, so for that one. But I mean 21 or 28. Because if somebody wants to run a 28 and can beat the speed challenge with a 21, give her. I'd fire this one up, but I don't have radio gear in it, and so and it's been a little while, and this engine has after run oil in it and everything, so I'd sooner leave it alone. Do the hot bodies have to be on the vehicle? Oh, you know what? On a buggy, I don't care if the body's on it or not. I really don't think it's going to make any difference on a buggy. I understand why Rinks did that for a monster truck, But on a buggy challenge, if you don't have the body on it, I don't really give a shit. That's fine by me. It's gonna, if anything, it's gonna go slower on a buggy without the body on it because of the fact it's gonna be more air drag. They're definitely a little bit faster with the body on it than without the body on it. So I'm leaving that open to people. I've had the SDS out a few more times, Joe, and I still have to take it down to the field and run it down there, but I have run another probably 3 tanks through it just in the neighborhood here, and I'll tell you, it's really turned on now. It's working really well. It's it's still a tight, it's still pretty tight. It does like a preheat, so I'm trying to run out enough tanks around here that when I take it down to the field, I can actually get it started without having to preheat shit out of the engine. So it's still fairly tight. I'm at about 9 tanks through it now, so it's pretty well broken in. But I do need my vernier calipers. The battery died in it, so I need to get a new battery so I can. It takes a weird battery, and so I can remeasure the shim stack for the head, so I can bump it to 30% from the 20%. Because right now it's kind of tuned and set stock for the 20%. Mind you, it's pretty gnarly on the 20%. So I can't wait to actually spool it up to the 30%. It's pretty rude though, and I'll tell you what, that Hot Bodies DB buggies, it's pretty good. It handles well. I did scratch the cylinder head on it, which I kind of kicked myself for. I flipped it upside down outside, and I didn't have any protection on the top head, and I put a little scratch on the top, which kind of sucks, but. This one's actually in very good shape. This Cerio, um, this buggy has like I said, was my test subject and a channel. It was the channel picture for a long time for me. Like this was my profile picture for quite some time because it was one of my few when I first started collecting buggies. This one was one of the early ones of the collection when I started to branch away from just OFNA. So. This one actually has traveled quite far. This one came from Medicine Hat, Alberta, which is probably a good 5 hours away from me, if not more. And then it went to Calgary, and then it ended up here, and yeah, so it's traveled a bit, this one. And like I said, it's had quite a few engines in it. That's the reason that the engine, the body's trimmed out fairly well, because it's had quite a few engines in it. And like again, I said it is set up to run on a bump box. It's not set to run pull start. It's been set up to run bump box because with these Cerio engines, this one in particular, the starter shaft on it is humongous, and I don't know where you'd ever get a one-way bearing for it or the gear to actually do the roto start for it. So you could do it if you find those pieces. Good luck, but I just set it up to start on the bump box and just put a blank over where the starter shaft comes up the back of it. So, because I mean, I found that when Luke can't find that stuff, then it doesn't exist. So usually he's pretty good, and that's why he sent that engine to me. We did some trading, bartering back and forth, and I ended up with this engine, and I sent him some other stuff. I sent him an engine for the ham sandwich, and then he sent me this engine. So. Yeah, so So like I said, I'll post in the comments the rules after this live is up. For the people that obviously aren't going to make this live, it's obviously a Sunday and it's beautiful. I hope it's beautiful where everybody else is, and you're out burning some nitro instead of sitting here listening to me yarn on for a while. So you guys run anything? When was that, Joey? The day that on that other live stream, or yesterday? Oh, today. Sorry, today. No, I haven't run anything yet today. I just finished doing all my my chores basically, and then got everything all kind of lined up. So now I'm probably going to go run some stuff this afternoon, and I got quite a few things on the go. This red car that you see in the video behind me is actually sold, so I got to clean it up and then get it ready to go to its new home, and then I still got to finish a few things before I go back to work tomorrow. So I'll get out this evening and do some ripping when it cools off a little bit, and then because right now it's like 25 degrees Celsius, beautiful outside, beautiful. Oh, if any of the viewers get anything out today, I don't know. There's only 6 people, or 8 people in the stream here, so I don't know if anybody's got anything out today or not. John, I'm sorry I didn't catch if you had a live today or not. I kind of missed that. I was out golfing and everything till just about an hour before the live stream, so not sure if you got out today or not. I'll have to watch the rerun if you did. Yeah, I had the other one out. This is the DB. I had it out last night a bit, doing some ripping, and it's working flawlessly. I gotta admit, it's working really well. That Nova engine always kind of gave me some grief, but this thing runs perfectly with this engine. And I'm actually amazed how good on fuel this STS is for the power it makes and how rich it's set. It's actually really good on fuel. Like, if this thing goes for a solid, and I mean a solid 20 minutes on this tank of fuel, and it goes and goes and goes and goes to a point where you're like, man, is it going to run out of gas or not? Like, it just keeps on trucking. And then yeah, and then I happened to bring it in to have a look in the tank, and there was nothing in the tank whatsoever, and I could still drive it from the road into my shop, which is a couple 100 feet. So it's impressive. I recommend it, Joe. It's a pretty solid engine. It's one of the easiest break-ins I've ever done. Like, I thought that Alpha was easy to break in. This thing was definitely easy. For the first 3 or 4 tanks, I didn't even touch a screw. It was perfect. It just sat here and idled on the bench. Didn't do anything weird. The temperatures were perfect. It was the most uneventful break-in I think I've ever had. Hey Brett, just announcing the speed challenge, buddy, for the rules. If you want, I can go through it one more time just so that you got it. Thank you very much for the congrats on the subscribers. That's a big deal for me, man. 300's a big deal. I'd love more, but you know, little bits at a time. Like I said, I'm mostly gearing the speed challenge towards tuning abilities. Like, I would like it mostly to be around people to be able to tune properly. Like, that's why I'm trying to make it less of a the outside of the box, you know, gear the shit out of it, large, massive engine, blah blah blah, you know. Hey, Trail Rider. And again, this will be the prize. The Hot Bodies Lightning will be the prize for the winner. And unless you're living in Australia or the UK, I'm not going to charge you for shipping. Except for Joe, I won't charge Joe for shipping because we're buddies and we ship stuff back and forth all the time. Oh, that's not true, Brett. I've seen your tuning videos. You're not that horrible. I don't think you're horrible at all. You're just met with some challenges like me, living in high altitude. Yeah, I wasn't going to say that, Joe. But yeah, like I'm mostly scared of the ones that if somebody wins and they're Australia, because then it could cost me a fortune to ship stuff. The other good thing is 1/8 buggies generally aren't too bad to ship because they're, you know, they fit in a fairly small box, so they're usually not too bad to ship. It's the large stuff like the Sen and some of the other monster trucks and shit that are just ridiculous. So what do you guys think? Should I do a separate video with the rules, or should I just leave it as this live and then people can watch this live and cut it off at an hour just so people can get it from there? Yeah, I think what I'll do is I was gonna post the rules in this video, after this video was over, Brett, but I may do a separate one, and and do it that way as well, like just so it's in two places, and then people can see it from there. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. So the big thing, like I said, is so again, just to reiterate quickly, must be a 1/8 buggy, must only be one speed, so no people with the 2-speed mods. No larger than a 16 tooth bell. Has to be a 21. Again, I'm not fussy on port size or port quantity, or if it's an on-road or an off-road or that's fine. And then, I'm going to add a stipulation, it has to be standard size tires. Sorry, I will add that rule as well. I don't want somebody with monster truck tires or truggy tires on a buggy, because that won't be fair. I want it basically to be able to be race ready. I will add that rule in here, because I forgot about that one. And must be videoed in one take, start to finish, and sent to me by email, and I'll post the email link there. The winner, if outside of the US, will have to pay for shipping if it's ridiculously far away from where I am. If it's reasonable shipping, I still will pay for it. And again, for those who didn't catch it before, I am not going to enter my challenge. This is for you guys and for anybody that watches the video. It's not with me in it, so I'm not competing. I am just the impartial judge, and go from there. I'm not going to enter my own challenge. I want mostly to see other people do it. I don't want to enter my own challenge, because if I win, that's not much. What's the fun in that, right? So I want to see my subscribers and my people enter. The other reason I think it's kind of fun to do it in a 1/8 buggy is that it kind of rules out Traxxas. So for the most part, like there's no Traxxas doesn't have a 1/8 buggy, so that takes the JATOs right out of it. I will do it, but I'm not going to put mine as an entry. How's that? I'll throw it in. I'll throw out a video, and I'll even post it as a video, and then basically just as a beat that. But I'm not going to take the win if I end up being the fastest. I'm just going to I'll post a video just for shits and giggles. Again, it'll run till the end of June, last Sunday in June. So it gives people lots of time to do test tune, break in a new engine, if you're feeling rich, what have you, right? And again, I'm not fussy on the surface you run on. If you can only run on dirt, that's fine. If you can run on asphalt, great. If you can run on concrete, great. If you run on cobblestone like Joe does, that's fine too. Anybody that could beat it on grass is amazing, but because obviously you don't go as fast in grass, but that'd be something else to watch, I'll tell you what. It would have to be mowed like a golf green, to be able to beat it on grass, but it'd be awesome. But yeah, this will be the prize. It's ready to run without radio gear, and battery obviously, but it's ready to go. I think it's kind of an interesting entry to make the prize, because it's kind of the kit was bought from somebody that contacted me through YouTube. The engine came from the Bug 404. The shocks came from another friend of mine in the front, because I had a dirty crash with it one time and exploded the front shocks. Same as the front bumper. We collided head on and exploded the front bumper, and ended up finding another one. But yeah, so again, it's not perfect, but it's the prize that I'm going to put up. And it has been my test chassis for a very long time. So maybe I'll even do a speed run with this, just show that it's worthy of the prize. But I don't think I will, because that's one thing with the Badlands. They're awesome and everything else, but they sure suck the speed out of it. So this thing is a good torque monster, because it has that Serial 27 in it, and but it's not as fast as some of my other ones for sure. I will say one thing: these Hot Bodies Lightnings, they're tough. This thing has taken a beating over the time that I've had it, with multiple engines and whatnot, and crashes and this that. It's always been put back together properly, but it's had its use. Yeah, so, and it doesn't matter what brand of buggy you're going to try and beat the speed challenge in. If you want to try and beat it in a old OFNA LX, or you want to beat it in a B4 or a B4.4 or a Techno 2.2, or whatever you want to use to beat it in, you go right ahead, like whatever, as long as it's a 1/8 buggy. Obviously, somebody wants to pick an old Hyper 7 or something like that and try and beat it with that. Hats off to you. They're a great old buggy, but they're a bit of a tank. So I mean, they're a little heavy, but they do well. Pardon me. If I did compete, what would I run? That's a good question. I think I would probably actually compete with my Associated B4 with the reds in it. Um, I bet you it would probably be the fastest. If it's not the fastest, my next one would be the Thunder Tiger S3 with that Kronos engine in it, the 8-port. Oh, and then I guess the it would be the 8th final rule is it has to be nitro. Obviously, that should go without saying, but you're going to get somebody that's going to be like, electric is faster. I don't even know if I'm going to put that in there because I'll just rule people out if they're stupid enough to try that. But maybe I'll just modify rule number 4 and say must be a .21 nitro engine. The B8.2 with an Oberossi should do okay. It would rings. Hey, BBT. You'd think so, Joey. It should be a no-brainer, but we'll see how it goes, right? Yeah. I think what I'll do is I'll do a separate YouTube video after this live, just a quick one, and then I'll put the links for my email and everything else in there, just so that people have it for the rules, and then I'll post the rules in the video as well as in the comments in the video itself. I hope lots of people enter just for fun. Again, it's just for fun. This will be the prize. I've been talking about doing this for months, so I'm glad that I've finally get off my ass and do it. I jotted the rules down earlier today. I've been thinking about them for a while since we've been talking about it. See, Rinks, that's what I'm talking about. Somebody will try something goofy, but I want it to be legit. A 1/8 nitro powered buggy with the .21. I think it's a pretty standard rule. Basically, I want it to be more or less track ready, track rules, with the exception of I'm letting the bell go up to a 16. You know what? If you don't want to run a wing, don't run a wing. That's fine by me. If you can get more speed out of it not running a wing, do it. But I think you're going to have some serious stability issues without a wing. Like they get pretty squishy when you get them up fast when without a wing on it. They get pretty slidey. I'm hoping guys like Woogie and everybody like that, and Texas Hill and those guys get in on this too, because they got some pretty fast stuff. It'd be nice to see them get in on it, and because they got some pretty good stuff. It'd be fun to see. You know what, BBT, you'd think that was the fastest option, but I actually have a buggy with a Pico 8-port on-road in it, and it's not as fast as you would think it would be. Yeah, it's a screamer when it finally gets there, but it takes it 3 miles to get there. It takes it a bit. It takes a while to do it. So it'll be interesting to see. Like, but again, people can do it if you do it in one take, and you can follow it on the camera. It's open. I mean, either that or you can do it with a GoPro, with the speed app on the GoPro, and do it that way too. That works for me, as long as it's all in one take. So if you send me a video with the GoPro thing in the corner where it shows the speed and everything else, that I'll accept that. Yeah, no homebrewed nitro, but I'm good with whatever other. If you buy it, if it's 20%, 30%, if you want to cram 60% in it, go ahead. But you have to be able to buy it. You know, like, so if you can buy some, if you can buy some 60% stuff, and you want to risk it, go ahead. But you're running the risk of grenade in the engine. And no, that's the thing, BBT. It's not enough torque. That on-road engine has a tough time overcoming the residual drag on a buggy. It just does not have enough gusto. Because if you ever run a on-road car, there's very little residual drag in that car. Like it's crazy how smooth they are, like how easy they roll. The rolling resistance on them is very low compared to a buggy. Like that Pico that I sent Dimitri, hybrid there. It's that thing rolled so smoothly, and everything was all geared up with one ways and everything else. So it was really smooth. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what people enter. Like if people enter some super stripped down stuff, and you know, like you can, I guess you can trim weight all kinds of places, right? Um, Again, it's just my only other stipulation, I guess, is tire size. I don't want to see any truggy tires on there, you know, because I just think that's ridiculous. You know what, Joey? If somebody could beat this speed challenge with actually using NOS, like NOS, because it doesn't work worth the shit in a nitro. Like I know people that have tried, and it doesn't. It actually doesn't work. So I'm not. You want to do that? Go ahead, but it's not going to make any difference. Same thing as those janky ass superchargers and turbochargers that you see on this that you could buy back in the day for nitro stuff. You know, if you could, if you want to try and run that shit, go ahead. I would give you an A for effort. And I will post the winner. I will share the video in the final winners video, just so that it gives them props, and obviously if it's one of our fellow people that have a YouTube channel, we'll post a link in there. Not that I have 1 million subscribers, but it's always good for the exposure. So yeah, it doesn't have to start on a bump box. If it starts pull start, roto start, easy start, whatever way somebody has it geared up, that's fine. It could be whatever starter system is on it is okay by me. Because if you can beat a speed challenge with a pull start or a rotor start on there with that residual drag on that engine, that's impressive. It's impressive. Because you lose like 5% power just off of with a rotor starter or any kind of backplate mounted starting system. No, you do whatever one you want. If you want to do a pull start, go ahead. If you want to do rotor start, if you want to do the combo start like Losi has, if you want to do the MGT style starter, whatever. I'm not going to be hung up on that one, because in my opinion, if you're going to do a speed challenge, it's going to be a bump box, really, for anything that's going to actually compete with a 21. I mean, unless you're willing to lean out an old a Dynamite 21 as far as you can, I have seen those things go pretty good, but they don't hold together very well. Yeah, I've seen the NOS be done on a nitro car, and once in a while it'll work, but man, I'll tell you, it doesn't last very long, and you're gonna sacrifice some shit because you're gonna lean her right out. You're gonna spit out part numbers. Exactly, Brett. It's not worth it. Not worth it. An on-road challenge. You know, BBT, it's tough to do the on-road challenges because, like, I know where I live and stuff. There's just no good place to run anything on road. It's just the like pavement's not good enough. There's not enough open space. It's tough to do an on-road challenge. I bet it is, Joey. It's a good laughing gas. Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I think the 1/8 nitro powered buggy speed challenge kind of knocks Traxxas right out of the mix because I don't think they have anything that I'm aware of in a 1/8 buggy scale. They have because the Jado is 1/10 technically. Not that I'm knocking Traxxas. I got one of just about everything that Traxxas makes, with the exception of a Revo. I don't have any more Revos. I've gotten rid of them all. No, it has to be a 1-speed transmission. It has to be a 1-speed transmission. I don't want a 2-speed transmission, even if it's locked into second. It has to be a 1-speed transmission. Only one gear on the spur. Because technically, if you're in a 2-speed transmission, you're in an overdrive, right? Which that goes against the 16-tooth bell gearing. I'm already leaving it open for people to mess with different size spurs, if you're so inclined. But I'm not going to. I'm not going to allow a 2-speed transmission, even if it's just bypassed to 1-speed. And one motor, not 2 motors. So yeah, only one engine. Basically, I want it to be competition ready and race worthy and race worthy. Maybe not race worthy, but race ready for a track. And I want that to be in the speed challenge. And except for the fact that I'm being lenient on the bell and the spur. You can pick whatever bell you want up to a 16. The difference is, Joey's people can go with a bigger spur and a smaller bell, and you can start messing with your ratios. And if somebody wants to do that, that's fine. You just can't go any bigger than a 16 tooth bell. I don't care if the spur goes up to, most times buggies don't get any bigger than a 52. But if somebody wants to go down to a 47 and up to a 16, you know, you can change your gear ratios and go from there. My only caution with that on a buggy in particular, you'll smoke the clutch. If you get too big and you get too carried away, you will smoke the clutch. Yeah, like you can, if you just do the calculation, you can figure out if you're in an overdrive or an underdrive situation, you know. But most people will stick to standard rules, I would assume, you know, generally in that 14, 13, 12, 13, 14 range for a bell. Some outliers will do 16. You know, most people that are going to go for the gusto for the speed runs probably going to go up to a 16. I really don't want to see anybody pop an engine doing this either, but that's up to them. Hey, Northeast. I know how crazy it got trying to do Rinks Challenge, and people were really laying it down, and some people came awful close to popping some stuff. So again, the competition will run till the end of July, and we'll go from there. And this will be the prize. It's going to go to a good home, I'm sure. Yeah, exactly, Joe. Like people will mess with that, right? So I don't have a calculator handy, but you can, you know, driven over drive. So your spur over your bell will tell you your gear ratio, you know, and then you can go from there. So if you want to go, you know, as low as you can on your spur, and then as big as you can on your gear ratio, you start getting closer to 1-to-1, you know, things like that, you know, and it'll go crazy. Most buggies tend to run in that 350, 370 gear ratio range, but hey, RC Channel, thanks for coming in. Don't think I've ever seen you here before. We're just announcing our RC Channel. We're just announcing my speed challenge for 1/8 buggies for the year. So I've been talking about doing this since close to Christmas time, but I didn't want to do it over the winter because people can't participate if they live in snowy climates like myself or Brett. So this buggy that's sitting here on the table will be the prize for the winner, and then like I said, I'll probably add the link for my email and the rules in the comments once this video is posted. So yeah, this is a probably early 2000s-ish Hot Bodies Lightning buggy with a Serio 27, and I can't remember what clutch is in it, but it's got a 4-shoe clutch in it, and it's got the Amazon servos in it, and it's pretty tried tested, this whole buggy. She's had multiple engine platforms in it. So yeah, I'll do one more quick view of the buggy. Oh my gosh, right here. There it is again. That's the Serio 27. It's got the Dynamite Platinum pipe on it. I will give it a bit more of a clean. Obviously, it's a little dirty from last time I ran it. A little bit of wear on the bottom. because it has been well used. Yeah. And I see I'm missing a screw from there. I'll fix that. Yeah. And the only thing is, if somebody wins and they're in Australia or the UK, I'll probably have to ask some people to chip in for some shipping. That's all. Just because it gets kind of expensive. So yeah, I'll post the rules in the comments after the fact. The rules are pretty straightforward. Basically, I'd like it to be track ready, and a 1/8 buggy, and nitro powered. No zip tying an engine to the wing or some crazy shit like that. So, and the bell has to be a maximum of 16. Maximum of 16. You can go if you want to go smaller. Go ahead. Because some engines perform better because it's higher RPM engine, right? So if you wanna run a 12 and try and beat the speed challenge with a 12, you give her, because you're gonna scream the bejesus out of that poor thing. Yeah, RC channel. If you got a 1/8 nitro powered buggy with a 21 in it, you could enter. I mean, power to you if all you've run is electric up to this point. But I mean, I hope for the best, and that's what I'm trying to encourage. You know, people to try other things, right? And it's mostly trying to encourage people to, you know, better their tune and you know, just dial it in. Because I'm pretty sure the window for this is going to be fairly small. Like, it's not going to be a huge variance like the Savages were, and the Monster Truck Challenge, where you had one that was doing like 50 miles an hour, and then some that couldn't get over 30, like myself, or 35-ish, 36. We can convert you RC channel. Yeah, it'll be a fun challenge, and like I said, I hope somebody doesn't pop anything, and go too crazy, but yeah, it'll be fun. That's the basic game of this one, is just to be fun, and then as we go along through the between now and the end, last Sunday in June, we'll do post updates on who's winning, just like what Rinks did, who's winning, who's the top of the leaderboard type kind of deal, and go from there. Oh, thanks, RC Channel. That's awesome. Thank you for the sub. So I'll just put this back for now. So if I was, again, I'm not going to be, I'll compete just in the fun sense, but I'm not going to take the prize even if I'm the fastest. I'm just going to put a video in just cause. This would be the one that I would, because Brett asked, you know, which one would I use if I was competing. This would be the one that I would use. So this is Associated B4 it has pretty much the best of what you can buy for an associated buggy in it. It's got all the updates. It's got the Reds 21. It's got the Reds pipe. It's got the high voltage servos. It's got the pretty much everything you can put in it for a B4 is in it. So the wheels are balanced, everything else. So it's this would be the one that I would enter if I was going to enter a speed one for me, because also, as much as I like the Technos and the Mugans and whatnot, they're fairly heavy buggies, so they take a little bit more power to compete with. These are actually fairly light, these B4s. This thing's more dusty than anything because I haven't run it for a while. Yeah, this is that's my B4 as the high voltage on-off switch. Yeah, so you can tell it's hardly been run. So I built this one for my 50th birthday, and then I broke it in, and that was about as far as it's ever gotten. Just because it's such it's an important piece for me. So yeah, this would be the one that, like I said, I would compete with this one. So it'd be fun. And I mostly want to run this one for the competition, just for the fact that I don't drive it that often. So it'll be fun. So what do you guys think? Any more questions on the rules? I'll check in a second. Yeah, that isn't that abnormal, BBT, to get exhaust smoke in there. But you might want to look at your discharge of your exhaust pipe and make sure that it's got clean clean discharge, and it's not pushing that too much into that fuel tank. But that is normal. Yeah, it's usually vapor. But if you're running it really rich, that's not abnormal. You should see some of those 8.0s, that tank is so foggy because those engines make so much, they smoke so bad that it just fogs it. You go to check the fuel, it just will gag you. Yeah, like I'm not firing anything up today, but if next time I do, I'll show you. You open that tank, you'll see the fog in the tank. So I think I'm actually going to cut that off pretty quick here, fellas. Just if there's any quick questions or anything. Sorry, it's not a super duper exciting live, but it's what I wanted to just do it solely focused on the speed challenge for the buggies, and then we can go from there. And then going forward, we'll do a quick update on the Sundays when we do on who's winning or whatnot, and then we'll go from there. And I'll review the entries as they come into the email account. That email account is mostly going to be, there's not a lot of stuff that goes into that email account, so it'll be easy to tell who's sending me what. Even if people comment to this either this YouTube video or the next one that I'll post with just specific to the rules, then just in case it goes to junk mail for some reason or another. Yes, I agree, Joey. Thanks everybody for coming. Again, thanks for coming, and spread the word on the challenge to everybody. And I will, like I said, I'll post a separate video, and we can go from there. And I hope everybody has a great rest of your week. And it's a bang. Yeah. So everybody have a great rest of your week, and I will talk to you all next Sunday. And hopefully we get some guys already participate right away. It would be awesome. And we'll go from there. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful day.